Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm gamesplaining Renature. So I've set the game up as a 3-player game. In the 2-player game, you use the opposite side of these boards and there's a second board to go on there, so you have a whole bunch more pieces. In the 4-player game, any of these spots that have 3 heads on it are not used and not regarded as spots. So let's get started. I will play in the order blue, black, white. You'll notice that the starting position has blue furthest ahead. That's because you're going to be able to get extra points for going on the same locations as other players. So right from the outset, blue is going to place that in, and he might as well place that next to him. He gets 1 point for doing that, so 1 point for the actual plant that he's just put in there. And he then redraws. I might actually play with these flat just so that it's easier to see. In the actual game, you do keep this information hidden. Okay, it's now black's turn. So black doesn't have a frog, so he can't go on either spot or any of the 3 spots around that one. So he's going to have to jump across somewhere else. And he thinks he'll place this one. He will place that just there. And he'll put one of his things on it, so he also gets 1 point. Okay, over to white's turn. White can match in this spot if he wishes, but that's all he has to do. But he doesn't want to fill out this because that's actually getting, sure, he'll get 2 points for it, but he then gets no points. So what he might do is throw that one over here. Let's just see what happens. And he will put one in as well and place the domino. Sorry, black should have placed the domino. I do apologize. So he also gets 1 point. Back over to blue. Blue likes the idea of going down there. He can then add 1 there. Now, because he already has majority there, he's going to add one of the beige ones. So that gets him 2 points. So a point for this one and a point for the other plant that's actually in that space. That token won't get scored until it's totally surrounded. So moving forward. Okay, the only domino that black can play is that one, unless he goes to an open spot, which he could do, but he's not going to. So he'll place that in there, and he'll also place a single onto that spot and replace the domino. Over to white. So he's looking at the frog, but because there's an L on the end, it would have to match with this domino, but he doesn't, so he can't. So what he might do instead is throw this one in just here, and he will once again put the white just there, giving him 1 point. And replace his domino. Okay, back over to blue. Blue is going to put that in, and he will also drop that there. Now, because this is totally surrounded, I know this is an open spot, but you are not allowed to put a domino into that spot because it would have to go off the board. You can't do that. That area now gets scored, which means blue, being the only player in there, is going to get both lots of points. So blue gets 3 points. 1, 2, 3. He also gets the 1 point for placing that one. And he takes that token for endgame points. He can look at the back of it, but no one else can. So that's some private information. And moving forward to black, the best he can do is that for the moment. And what he might do is actually put that one in. So he gets 1 point for that, plus 1 point for that. So it's 2 points, and when that gets scored, he will have the majority because he's got the larger size plant than number 2. Okay, over to white. White is going to put that one in there, so he's matched that. This one's wild, so it counts as matching. You would normally, if that wasn't wild, you wouldn't be able to place anything in there, but he is able to. And what he might do, he'll place that one in there, so that gets him 2 points. 1 for this one, 1 for that one. And new domino comes out. Back over to blue. Blue is going to put that there because this one's wild. And by doing that, he's going to put That plant just there gets him another point. Okay, and he replaces his domino and over to black. Black's going to put this one in here and he'll put that marker there, so it gets him 2 points. And a new domino, back over to white. And white is going to do that. And he thinks he'll actually put that guy in there, give him 1 point. No one's going to be able to put anything else on here, so he's got that majority, it's just got to get surrounded. Back to blue. Blue's going to place that one, and she'll place that, which gets him 3 points, so 1, 2, 3. Blue is going to use his 3 clouds to have another turn, so they're now spent. And he will put that in there and deliver that there. So he gets 4 more points, 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's got majority in that one once that's closed up. He gets those dominoes back onto the next player. And he's going to place that there and he'll just put a small one in for the moment. We'll see what happens. A new domino comes out over to white. White is going to throw that in there and you might as well throw another one there, so he gets 2 points for that. This one's now closed off, even though there's some spaces, there's single spaces, so it counts as closed off. White is going to get the points on both majority and minority on that one, so he gets 3 more points, 1, 2, 3, and pulls that in for endgame points. Back to blue. Blue's going to place that there and he's going to throw one of his larger trees onto that spot. So that was wild, which is why that can be placed. He now gets that cloud back into his pile of clouds. Black's turn. Black is going to put that there, enabling him to add something in here, and he thinks it's probably viable to do that. So he gets 2 points. This is now closed off. Black has everything in there. Well, it's black and beige, so black gets 3 points. I have misspoken about a rule and I'd just like to confirm. Firstly, I've been playing that this doesn't count as a color. It does actually count as a color when you're adding things up. There's nothing in the rules that specifically says if it's equal with the beige that it doesn't count. So theoretically, if that were the case, this wouldn't count, this wouldn't count. The other thing that I have misspoken about, and I will have to change this and make a little note in the Gamesplayed, is that the person who actually placed the final domino closing off an area is the person who gets this token, so gets those points at the end, not the person who has the majority. So I can't remember if I've given those points or not yet, so 2, 3 points for that. Let's just go with that and move forward. Please notice that there's a question mark over that. I might play the rest of the game that if beige is in there, it counts as a colour. Of course, it does count as a colour, but if it's equal with the other player, then no one will get any points. Just for the future of this playthrough. Okay, moving forward, it's white's turn. White is going to place one just there, and he will put one of his markers there. That gets him 1 point. Back to blue. Blue is going to spend 2 clouds to change the wild marker, so 2 clouds go out, and he will change his wild to bats. It's probably the best way to go, and that means he can now place that in there, so that's wild, which means that those two are both covered. And now you'll put one of these in. Put that in there, and that gets him 3 points. 1, 2, 3. Over to black. Black is going to put that down there, and he will place this in. That gets him 3 points. And then over to white, who should have pulled out another domino. I do apologise. White is going to play that, and he will also put one of them in. So he gets 1, 2, 3, 4 points. New domino. Blue is going to place that. I'll put this over here, which gets him 2 points. And he's closed this off which means blue will get this marker, but blue also has 2. That one is knocked out, so blue actually gets 6 points for that and also gets the marker. Black is going to put that in there, and he will add that tree, so he has majority in that space when it eventually gets scored, and he also gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. White is going to place that one just there and place that, so he'll only get 1 point because that's a smaller tree, but it's just filling up space so other people can't get to it. And white pulls out another domino. Blue should have pulled out another domino before, I do apologise. Blue's going to go there and use that one in that space. He's also going to recall a marker, so he wants to recall one of the small ones, so he'll use the single cloud to recall that one. So he's still got the ability to use those ones in future locations. Next one comes out. Black is going to put that one there, so the bat is wild at the moment. And he's going to put this tree in there, so he'll get that one as majority when that finally gets scored. But he gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points for the moment. And then the domino comes out and over to white. I think that you have a good enough feel for how this game actually plays and where all the points are coming from. I will leave it there. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you would like to be Gamesplaned, please shoot me an email to thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter @thegamesplainer to keep up to date with the games I'm playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.